What was Parsons? What was the town of Parsons like?
And they lived real small, 6 or 7 stores, about 3 churches. Well, Mr. Burke, a man who came there working with the phosphate company after the railroad was built, was an engineer, a well-educated man. So he married while he was there, and he stayed on. And then the town was incorporated. As I said, Daddy was the mayor. And he had Mr. Burke lay out the town. So that's why the good wide streets. Every street had an alley behind it that was down in the business part of town. But it's noted for its wide streets now.
Papa still worked with the railroad then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was his beginning days there.
Mama dipped snuff, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. Tried to hide it from him, but he'd known it a long time. She didn't know he knew it. And one day she was out, and she knew she couldn't get down to the store that day for some reason, and she had to ask him to bring her some. And she apologized for it. He said, well, I've known that a long time. She was dipping snuff. We had a rock fence in front of that house where we live in. 5 or 6 big magnolia trees there. Pretty trees. They're not there anymore. Of course, the house has been sold and moved out into the country.
Was Papa a very talkative man?
Not then. He was all business. His work at the depot took a lot of his time. He went back quite often after supper, and then Sunday afternoon he had to go back a little while. And he came home with a newspaper. He read every line of it, but after he got to be an older man, he made up for lost time. Of course, what he was talking about was things happened a long time ago. But then he was always well versed on the current conditions. As long as he lived, he was. He lived to be 91. My mother was 83.
When you remember Papa first, what do you remember him looking like?
Much like he did after. Got to be an old man. He didn't change an awful lot. I remember, I guess it was Panama hats they wore in the summertime. I remember how he looked in those hats, and that he wore striped shirts most of the time with collars that you attached to the shirt. I think he sent these collars to Jackson and had them cleaned, waiting until he got a lot of them. I don't know what they were made out of. Some kind of celluloid, they called it then. That's the kind of shirts he wore.
Always wore a vest.
Yeah. He would be pleased to know that vests come back in style.
Even after he farmed, he wore a vest.
Yeah. He said they were warm when he needed the warmth. I guess they were tight.